Hello, I'm using a very tiny camera, so I'm not sure where it's aiming. But if you found me on YouTube, I just wanted to give you a little overview of what the Questor project is. The Questor project is basically just a model airplane that I decided to build one day. It originally started out of a conversation that I had with a woman who was a spelunker who went exploring caves in Peru, and she's made several discoveries, and we were talking about how she would like to have a model airplane with a camera on it that they could go fly around and survey the area to look for entrances to caves and such. So I thought of building a modular model airplane that you could pack up and hike into remote regions and take it up and fly around. But since then it's become more of just a personal project. I actually started this like 3 or 4 years ago, and then I built a house and other things intervened. So it's been 3 years since I've worked on this. So now I'm resuming work, and so I thought I'd give you a little overview. First of all, this is a Balsa USA Stick 30. If you're familiar with RC airplanes and the kits that are available today, you'll know that this is not available anymore. This is a very old kit, but it's one of my favorites, and it has a 4-stroke FS26OS 4-stroke engine on here with a generator, and it's been converted to diesel by a friend of mine who's he's just a genius with engines. So he's also developed this generator on here, so it powers the receiver, and in the case of the Questor project, it will also power lights for night flying. So that's the airplane that it's modeled after, and I happen to have a set of plans for that plane, and from these plans I created some templates, and I'm modeling my Questor. I've called it Questor. I'm modeling that after the Stick 30. I started by building some prototypes out of cardboard just to get an idea of the structure in 3 dimensions, so I knew where to put things and how big to make it. I extended the base here to give it a little more cargo area because I'm going to have some electronics in there and various things I want to carry, like this little camera that I'm using right now. So I've come quite a ways in the project. I still have a long ways to go, but I wanted to show you how this is all going together. Basically, there's some rules that I've set down for the design of this thing. For example, no one piece can be longer than 28 inches. It's kind of an arbitrary decision that I made. Everything must come apart and be put together using no tools. There must be no loose pins or pieces that come off the aircraft, with the possible exception of the wing bolts. I don't have any part of the wing started yet, but I do have the tail boom, and the fuselage, and I'll show you how this all goes together. Now you'll notice that the horizontal stabilizer has some LEDs in it, and that's for night flying. And if you look on the back here, it's got a little connector. And this connector, which is secured on here, mates with a connector that's in the tail. Now, one other rule that I made for this is there must not be any additional effort involved in making connections, electrical connections, beyond what is required for just simply putting the plane together. Now, these bolts are sticking up a lot higher than they need to be because I'm just sizing things and working with these pieces. But essentially, these bolts will be down further, so when I put this down, it'll go right over those bolts and then slide back. And what that does in the process is it makes a connection with that electrical connector in the back. Now, this fin you'll notice has these slots in it. There's 2 pins down inside this slot here where this tab slides down in. So this slides right down in, straight down, and then pushes back and snaps when it's okay. I need to get it down, and it snaps in place. So now that's secure, and that's on, and it's not coming off. Now, I don't have the rudder or the elevator on here yet, but that's getting close. Now, the fuselage, right now it's in 2 pieces because I don't have all the formers in there yet. But basically, when this is together, there will be 2 slots in the back, just like that. So the fuselage slides into the slots, and then there's these locking pins that go down and slide right down in. And basically, there's going to be some Velcro right here, and a little piece of Velcro will sit over top to keep it from coming out. It won't come out, but just in case. And then there will be a little pull tab attached to here where I can release it when I want to take it apart. But on this piece you'll see that there's a wire coming off of here, and that's for making the electrical connection in here. Now there's a connector at the end of this boomstick here, and there's a wire, there's two wires actually. You can see them here actually exposed, and there's some hot glue sealer over top of that. But they'll be protected once they're installed in the fuselage. But basically these wires run up here and then they run down through the center all the way back, and then they run back up, and then they run to that connector that we saw earlier there. So this one connects the same way. Just slides into the slot, and you can't see this when I'm putting the pin down just like the other one. And basically that's how the aircraft is essentially going to look. And that is the Questor project. There's a link in the comments below this video to the website where I have documented. I decided to document the whole development process, and I've been doing that in a kind of a blog-like fashion in static pages, but now I'm moving to video, so I'm doing all my updates in video from now on. So you look for the link down below and enjoy.